Hello and welcome to another video here from Sprinterra. We're going to walk through today a scenario in accounts receivable. So this scenario is going to apply to reversals of AR invoices. So in this case, we're going to do a partial credit. So we've got an invoice here for our customer ABC Capital Ventures for professional services work that we performed for them. In this case, we're going to say that we're offering them a $2,000 credit due to some omissions from our side on some of the work that we did for them. So originally we sent them the invoice for $15,840. We're going to send them a credit for $2,000 and they're going to pay the remaining balance of $13,840. Okay. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our actions and reverse and apply to memo. So in Acumatica, there's a couple different types of AR documents that could apply in this scenario. For this particular scenario, we're going to use a credit memo. If I just take a quick peek over here, you're going to see there's both a debit memo and a credit memo. So kind of the best way to think about it is a credit memo is going to credit AR or decrease AR, whereas a debit memo is going to debit AR and increase AR. So in this case, we want to reduce our AR from 15,840 to 13,840. As a result, it's going to be a credit memo. Since we're going through the correction section here, it's going to create it as a credit memo automatically for us, so we don't have to worry about it, but just kind of some food for thought for down the road. So I'm going to choose reverse and apply to memo. The key difference between reverse and apply to memo is if I select reverse, it's going to create kind of a standalone credit memo. And then we would manually apply it against the invoice in a second step. If I choose reverse and apply to memo, it's going to automatically link it to the original invoice, and then it's going to apply it all in one step. So once we release the credit memo, it's going to automatically apply it against our invoice. So it's essentially saving us a step. In this case, I want to do it all in one swoop. So we'll choose reverse and apply to memo. Okay, so since we created this directly from the original invoice, it's bringing in all of the information. So you can see it's the same description, same details down here, same balance. What we're going to do though is we're going to update it because we're going to credit not for the full 220 hours. We're just going to credit for 25 of those hours. And we're going to remove this manual discount. The original invoice did have a discount applied to it, completely unrelated to this situation here. So we're going to just kind of push that to the side for now. So we've updated this credit memo so that it's a $2,000 credit memo. And you'll notice when I try to save it, I'm getting an error. The reason we're getting that error is on the applications tab here, it's already automatically trying to apply this credit memo to that invoice. So we need to update this and say, how much do we want to apply against the invoice? And we're going to do the full amount of $2,000. So what's going to happen once we release this credit memo, it's going to apply all $2,000 worth of this credit against that original invoice. Now, we don't necessarily have to apply the full $2,000 balance against the invoice. Technically, we could apply a portion of this credit against this invoice and another portion against another invoice. But in this case, we're just going to apply the full thing against the invoice. What we can't do though is apply more than what we have on this credit. So by default, it brought in the full $15,000. We're only doing a credit for $2,000. So our amount that's applying against this invoice cannot be greater than the $2,000. So we're just going to release this credit memo now that we've updated those numbers. It's going to automatically apply it against the invoice and it's going to close out this credit memo. So now if we hit the back button here and we jump back to, let's jump to our last invoice here, you're going to notice that this invoice now has a balance of $13,840. Reason being, it now has that credit memo of $2,000 applied against it. So this now frees us up to accept that payment for $13,840, which we'll do that here by choosing pay. We'll just do it as of today's date. So we're receiving that payment as of today. And then we're going to release this payment. And then if we go back one more time, now this invoice is updated with a $0 balance. The invoice is closed out in part, both due to the payment of $13,840 and the credit of $2,000, which satisfy the full amount. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Sprinterra team. But until then and until the next one, we really appreciate your time. Have a great one.